What's poppin'? It's your boy Cassius Cuvée, and this is the come up. You gotta love it, man. We're gonna jump into the charts, man. We doing it big on a Sunday fun day. Shout out to the chat. We got door prizes. You know, we're doing big things. This is the come up. Let's get the little intro graphic going. We're gonna give everybody a chance to get up in here. Sunday fun day. So New Year 2026 is already popping, and the Profit Circle is no joke. You guys, if you're not in the Profit Circle yet, you got to join. That's what this show is pretty much dedicated to. We live, man. Cervanto, I see you in there. Kristen in the house. We got Stephen Hickey. We got my man, the Blockchain Cowboy. We doing big things. We jumping right in here. And you see, I always start on time. You know what I'm saying? I already start on time, you know, because you got to be on time when you trade. You feel me? When you trading, you can't be, oh, I'm 5 minutes late or I'm 15 minutes late. You can't do that. You know what I mean? So we try to set an example by being on time every time I start a live show. You feel me? I can't be like, oh, I want to enter here, but I'm starting here. You see how it don't work that way. You feel me? So you know what I mean? You got to be ready. Sam Gaming in the house. Oh, excuse me. Sam K. Oh, Sam Keegan. Sam, what the heck? Sam Keegan? Or is it Sam Key Gaming? I don't know what's going on, Sam. All right, Cervanto. Yes, please like and share the show, the chat. The chat is always doing it big. The Profit Circle, big shout out to the Profit Circle. Like I said, I want to give a lot of credit to them. And when I have the Profit Circle is the private group. Right here is my private Discord. I want to pull them up there. We started the year strong. And if you guys been following me on social media, I've been posting a lot of the wins channel. That's down here because we've having a lot of winners in there. You know what I mean? We having a lot of winners in there. And some big things popping. I'm going to go over it. A lot of stuff going on today. First things first, I always got to say, nothing I say on this show is financial advice. You're going to do your own research. I'm just showing you how I'm looking at the markets. I'm showing you how my group, the Profit Circle, these are the wave makers, how they're looking at the markets. We all share information. You can tap in with the group. If you speak up, you know what I mean? You will get rewarded. 2026, I'm trying to do as many give backs and stuff. I'm still getting everything organized, but we got some contests that we're jumping right into as soon as this starts. Fat First, what's going on, man? Steven in the house, flexing on him. The chat keeping it lit. But, man, the Profit Circle has been lit this year. And, you know, it's only been a week, right? We're only on week 2 here. It's only been a week and a half, really. So, but I'm going to go down the list. I got to say what's on the screen also is my affiliate links. These are partnerships that I have. If you create an account, if you use the Breakout prop discount code that you see on the screen, GGRF7W, I may earn a commission, which helps the channel, but you also save money on every evaluation. Same with Fimex. I'm a partner with them. If you use this code GMMNX5 to create an account with them, again, I may earn a commission, but you get to have a Fimex account with special perks. And like I always say, there's special perks that I'm not allowed to announce here for everyone. When you sign up, you'll see. So make sure. Right now, they are having promotions, though, that are tied to my referral code. I'm a partner with them, so they kind of hook up all my followers. And also, a Blockchain Cowboy's in the house here, man. He can vouch for me, man. You know, if you ever have any issues for the members of the Profit Circle, if you're a verified wave maker and you have any issues with either Breakout Prop or Fimex, I will personally see what I can do for you to help you out. So, anyways, man. Yeah, he says 100. Thanks, you, Blockchain Cowboy. So we got a lot of stuff to cover today. We're going to look at live trading. So if you saw the poll, or the super chat, I should say, this is how we doing this today. Whoever gives me the first super chat, I'm going to trade whatever ticker you want. Just make sure it's in Breakout Prop. Now, if you guys are new here, Breakout Prop is a prop firm, which means they will front you the cash to trade, except for you've got to pass an evaluation. And one of the ways to make money is they sell evaluations. So what you do is you purchase an evaluation. This one I purchased a $100,000 evaluation, and then they will give you $100,000 to trade with. The evaluation costs about $999. They have other products. I got a new video coming too. I gotta tighten it up, finish it up, and edit it. But it's a new video kind of explaining the new products, and they had one slight change in the drawdown rules. It only affects you if you're purchasing a new evaluation. If you have an older evaluation that's already open, then you still have your same old rules. But the new evaluation is basically they lowered some of the fees to purchase the evaluation, and they changed some of the rules on the daily drawdown. Basically, on the classic, you can now only draw down 3% a day instead of 4%. So that's what we're looking for Breakout Prop. But anyways, that's what this is. That's what Breakout Prop is. I already jumped in this one. I'm up $40. Just a little quick something here. I mean, I put in only this is a Cosmos. I only put in like $5,000 trade here. Not much. You could see up here. Oh, it's kind of cut off. Anyways, I've got over 100,000 in there. I kind of want to fix that. Actually, I want to show you guys here. Basically, don't move. Let me pull this up a little bit. There we go. Up here. Now you gotta. Basically, the way it works is that you get $100,000 to trade with of their money. So I'm up right now, so it's 122,000. But basically, you can see the position I'm using only 5,000. That's on this Cosmos Adams trade. That's this one right here. I'm up $44 right now. I'm shorting it. So real quick, we're gonna come back to that. Remember, first super chat is going to give me a ticker that they want to trade. So we got the goal here, and then here's the goal on the screen. Oh, you can't see the goal, but basically the biggest tipper of the day is going to get a free one-on-one consultation. So if you use Market Cipher, if you trade on Breakout Prop, if you're new to trading, or you just want to know my strategies specifically, I have the scalping strategy that I really like. When I stick to it, I feel like I never lose. Only lose when I don't stick to it. Oh, we're getting a little drip drop here. Hold on a second. This trade is already winning right here. Now we're up $68. Just that quick. You see what I'm saying? We got a big break. So the other thing about Breakout Prop, by the way, is that it has 2x leverage built in on all of the altcoins and 5x leverage built in on Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then I guess Ethereum is an altcoin, but basically Bitcoin, Ethereum, 5x leverage built in, and 2x on all the altcoins. And the way it looks is my position says $5,000. I told you it was about $5,000 when I entered this, but really that's over 10,000. Okay, so that's really 10,000. If I had done that short on Bitcoin, it would be 5 times as big. So like if I had an $18,000 position here on Bitcoin, it would be 5 times as big. This was probably when I first, it remembers whatever was your last one. It goes by lots. One lot, I think it was Bitcoin, was a little bit higher in price, and that would have equaled about 20,000. I probably had a $100,000 position is what that would mean. It's 5 times 18,000. So that's how you always look at it. So basically what that's saying is you can purchase an evaluation for $9.99, and then you can get up to $500,000 worth of buying power, because on Bitcoin and Ethereum, it's 5x leverage. So if you use the whole 100K bankroll, you would have up to $500,000 you could put on any position. Now that's up to you if you want to trade like that, if that's your strategy, if you want to go for it. I have actually have a video on my YouTube channel, which will, kind of explain a strategy about that. And we'll come back to that in a minute. Let's see. So I got talk. I need to change this pic. I don't really use my channel. Who we got there? Okay, talk to Jax. Talk to Jax. Is that oh, hold on a second. Is that someone in the profit circle? We were having some folks talk to me earlier, right before I came on. Jackie. All right, let's see here. Let me pull back up the profit circle, because in the profit circle, the profit circle is my private group. That's the Discord. So I'm on here 7 days a week. Y'all can vouch for me. I'm in here 7 days a week, and basically, we've got people. And he said this Jagomir, is that you? Jagomir said he invited 2 people to join the profit circle. Listen, if they sign up, that's what we do. I'm giving away. Whoever is inviting people, we're going to give you guys the free membership. The way it works is the general chat is free for everybody. You can just come in there, check it out, talk, ask some questions. Maybe you have some basic questions. But really what we're doing to keep out the riffraff is I have the premium side, which is where you get access to all the other channels, mostly like the market analysis, where we're going to deep analysis, not just me. And that's why I called this one join the profit circle, because the profit circle is a collection of us. It's a community. So it's not just me in here. We are actually a group of people who are sharing trades. So big shout out to Blueberry. I want to get into what Blueberry said earlier this week, which is very important when we're speaking in the group, to Maria. And shout out Maria. She asked good questions in there. And basically, we are going to have to assign some people a free membership. So that's what we're trying to do this year. I'm trying to do as many giveaways as possible. Also, in general, you guys, the reason why we're trying to recruit and get more people in here, one of the reasons, first of all, you get more eyeballs and more trades, so we can see more opportunities. So like, look, I've got my list here, and sure, I got a couple hundred tickers. I glance through them, I glance through my top 50 every day, but then there's other ones. But what it is more sets of eyes calling out opportunities. So that's what that brings me over here to, like, the Future Trades channel. Sometimes we call it out in the Market Analysis channel, but in the Future Trades channel, which is, let's see, Future Trades channel here, you'll see we keep it clean. We don't really discuss it in here, so you can just come in, jump in real quick, or set an alert on this channel and see some of the trade setups that we're calling out. So again, there's me, there's Blueberry, there's basically the people who like to call out trades. I give them access to this so they can go ahead and put them in here, and then we'll jump over into the market analysis and discuss the setup. Okay, now sometimes we talk about it in the general chat just to kind of give a little preview, but mostly we're over here in the market analysis channel. Keeps out the riffraff. There's no scammers, there's no people trying to sell us anything in there. So that's why it's behind a paywall. Okay, so basically you can join it for free for 1 month. All you got to do is create a Femex account with my Femex code you see on the screen here, GMMNX5. They're having a promotion right now where you get like $100 bonus cash back. They got a bunch of stuff going on. There's contests, all kinds of stuff in Femex, but right now would be a great time to sign up. This first of the year promotion that they got going on, where you can get a $100 bonus. So you don't even gotta. I don't know what you have to do. I don't even think you have to deposit. I think they just give you $100 to trade with if you sign up with my code. So I'll post that in the general chat after this, but I posted it on social media before. I think it's automatic if you just create an account with my code. Then what you do is you come over here to the verify channel. Once you have a user ID number inside of Fimex, you just come to the verify channel, click the verify bot, and you're just going to put in your number here, and then it automatically verifies that you created an account with my Fimex code. And now that you're in there, you go to get free trial, and you'll see on WAP, you click this, you'll see on WAP, it'll say 30 days free. So that's basically how you get in there. Now, here's the thing. It's 30 days free just to keep out the riffraff, but if you are a contributing wave maker and you are, bringing more people in, you're giving us setups and stuff, we're going to extend that free membership. If I extend it 3 months in a row, I'm just going to give you a year free, and then you just locked in, And those who can vouch for me, earlier last year, I should say, first I was doing 1 year free for everybody who jumps in. And the top 10 people who were the most active, I just gave them a free lifetime membership. So we just live in this, in the market analysis channel, like doing setups 7 days a week. Even if you don't trade, we still tap in what's going on in the markets. And what it does is it keeps your finger on the pulse of what's going on in the market. Let me pull it back up. And so when you do want to trade again, you know what I mean? You're ready. You know what I mean? This kind of keeps, you don't have to like zoom all the way out and see what's been going on again. Like we're in sync. And it just helps you jump in a quick one sometimes. So that's what we've been looking at. You can see what the discussion is. Dusk right here. I'm shorting Dusk. I haven't even shown you guys yet my Fimex. I got some trades open in Fimex right now because I've been on Breakout prop right now for the show. But remember, first super chat of the day, I'm going to trade whatever ticker you want. Just pick something that's in Breakout prop in this one here. And we're going to go in and we're going to dive in. So let me see. What else do we got to say? We got the contests. I'm going to jump into trade immediately whenever you guys call it out. Let's see here. And this is okay. So I want to mention this too before it gets too late in the show. So Maria last week and Kristen last week had some questions about mindset, and they wanted to know like how do you get in the right mindset for trading, for abundance, or I don't remember the exact wording, but I kind of I pondered on it for a week, cogitated on it, and for me, this is for me. Okay, the thing that's kind of the catch-all is you got to be realistic. And unfortunately, a lot of people in crypto specifically, the internet folks, a lot of them are just not that realistic. And, you think that these tokens are going to go to the moon and you're going to be rich and you don't really have a plan. And, the market will humble you quick. And that's just not in crypto. That's stocks, too. Just so you guys know, I've been trading stocks for even longer than crypto. So I've been doing this for many years. And, you learn a lot of stuff. They say you learn more on the way down than on the way up. And that's true. And we call it paying tuition. And basically, to me, the number one mindset thing was get out of the bubble and be realistic. And that's why I love short-term trading and the short-term traders in the profit circle. I believe that we are really realistic. And the thing about it is you find out hella quick. These aren't 6-month out predictions or year-long predictions or cycle-long predictions. These are like, I think by tomorrow or in the next few days, we're going to see this move. You know what I mean? You're held accountable immediately, right? You're in here. We're going to see if this trade plays out this quick, And you start to realize that it's not more about being right. It's more about how you trade. And that's what I think the profit circle is really helping folks in real time, right? I can come on here and just speak abstractly about it. But when we're looking at a trade in real time in the profit circle, it might take all morning long. You're not going to learn it all in 1 hour because it takes a while for these charts to move. It takes a while for all this stuff to play out. But as we check in, like right at the market open, we have our thesis. Okay, if it breaks this way, what's going to happen? Like I'm talking through this like 5 days a week when the stock market's open. So when I say the market open, right, crypto never closes. I'm specifically talking about the stock market because crypto will oftentimes follow what happens with the stock market, especially right at the open. And so, Bitcoin will follow, and then you could say the altcoins will follow it. But sometimes it seems like the altcoins are following stocks more than Bitcoin. And so that brings us to another opportunity, which we've talked about all week, which is you see these divergences where you're like, how come stocks are up, but crypto is falling? So that's what happened the first 2 weeks, first two sessions of the year is that we came out the gate. This is the NASDAQ, and stocks were going in one direction and then crypto was going in the other direction. And it was like, what the hell is this? And so it's like that divergence is going to end. And I called it out. Maria was there. Everybody in the profit circle, we were like, Bitcoin is going up. Let's see. What day was that now? Bitcoin was going up. It was the first session was Friday. It was the last day of the week, first day of the year. I was like, this is a little bit of a wonky week. Then we got January 1st. So excuse me, it would be January 5th was the first session right here. So this was kind of going up, but Bitcoin, let me go back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin was going up more. And it was like, this is a little bit of divergence because it's harder to go back and see this stuff. People always talk about back testing. You got to see it in real time, which is why I keep on pressing to join the Profit Circle, because we're talking about it in real time, minute by minute, what's going on over the course of the whole few hours or whatever, and when is looking like a good opportunity for a Wile E. Coyote trade. Now this is a depiction of the Wile E. Coyote trade right here. This is my favorite trade. So what that means is essentially something perhaps like Render, okay, is getting over its skis. Everyone is loving this ticker right now. And it's like, why? And this is real time right now, right? This is the 10-minute chart. So that means every candle is 10 minutes. Why is this going up when Bitcoin is falling? You see what I'm saying? And to me, it's like, that's because Render right now is Wile E. Coyote. He doesn't know that he's supposed to fall off the cliff. He's just standing there. Wile E. Coyote is just standing there. He's right here. This is where he's right. He's looking. And then that's going to happen. Okay? So that is the divergence that I'm looking for. Now, there's such a thing as a bullish divergence, bearish divergence. This is a divergence between the ticker you want to trade and the ticker the ticker you want to trade and what the overall market is doing. So it's like an anomaly. This ticker is going up, but everything else is dropping. It kind of makes me feel like, unless you have reason to believe that this ticker doesn't trade with the market at all. But if it normally trades with the market, and this one has been kind of bullish, it's maybe not the best example, but if it's been trading with the market and all of a sudden everything tanks, it's like, and it's still up, that's your opportunity to enter the Wile E. Coyote trade and ride it all the way back down again. Okay, that's what I'm looking for on the Wile E. Coyote trade. And you can see right now, even on Breakout Prop, right? When I started the show, what was I up? Only $40 or something? I'm already up $100 now on this trade. You know what I mean? It wasn't even... I just started the show. I wasn't even up that much, up 104, right? So things are dropping. So like I said, maybe Render is not the best ticker, but that's why I always diversify. And we talk about that in the Profit Circle as well. So I'm up about $100 right now on that trade. But back to this real quick. Some of the other tickers I'm personally looking at right now is Dusk. You saw Blueberry looking at that one in there as well. STX is the one I called out. I'm looking at that. Man, I caught the top of this one here. Moondeg is one of my favorites. It didn't really pump again. So this is the thing, right? Moondeg, APT were relatively bearish, meaning you see this blue line right here? That's when the weekend started. So when the weekend started, you can kind of see, it's easy to see relative to the weekend, its own self, was it bullish or bearish? And when I look at Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is about flat, right? About net flat, APT has been relatively bearish. And that's why I entered here on this line here. It's actually better to go long strength and short weakness. That's what you want to do. If you can short weakness, you catch this big move. And that's why I did it. So this is a contradictory. This balances the portfolio when I'm trying to short this and this. Because if this one is wrong, then maybe this one be right. And again, my sentiment is proven correct. This trade is green right now because I'm shorting it going down. And, it was a weak ticker. And sure enough, it's playing out. So that's what I could do that right then. Whereas Render, really is wise to wait for this momentum to slow down. And I'm looking at market cipher B momentum waves. I would zoom out, I should say, to the 1 hour, looking for a red dot. And this is looking like maybe it's peaked here. We got a high wick here, big red candles. So this is what you call, by the way, a bearish engulfing candle. Maybe not 100% because this wick is here, but the body is bigger than the other body of the other candle. It's a bearish sign, and the opposite would be true as well on the way up. But it's a bearish engulfing candle. I mean, this whole candle is bigger than this one. It's probably a good sign of a reversal or a top here, which of course makes sense. Everything's tanking right now, right? So that's, I'm bearish right now. That's what I'm doing right now is I'm shorting. Just right now, I could close all these as soon, by the time the show is over, They're over here in Fimex. In Fimex, we got the shorts, but then also in Breakout Prop. All right. Any super chats out there? Remember, the first person to super chat, I am going to trade whatever ticket they want if it's in Breakout Prop. So, but yeah, I definitely want to talk about the mindset, and it's about being realistic. And I think that's kind of like the catch-all. You're going to see so many people to show you so many things, and I think the hardest thing for a trader in reality is all the false signals. And even me, I've got a bunch of indicators up here, but I got them all turned off because you start getting too much noise. When you start turning on all this stuff, how the hell do you know what to read, right? He's going to get false indicator, false indications, over and over and over. This is too much shit, y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is too much stuff. And so, my whole thing is to try to make trading simple. And, even the indicators that I can look at sometimes, I keep them turned off. It's just too much. I don't need them. I got my market cipher A and B. I got volume. I got the CME gaps. It doesn't really interfere with anything. People have EMAs. I kind of look at this as kind of a trend thing, but I don't really need it. I'm mostly looking down here. This is the oscillator. This whole section is called the oscillator. The particular indicator on here is called market cipher B. Got the blue momentum waves. The RSIs are this purple and this green and red one. The dots are when the momentum is reversing on a given time frame. This is the 1 hour time frame. This VWAP is this gold one. When it's crossing is when that comes into play. So these are things that I'm looking at, and this is not going to be a whole market cipher lesson. However, again, if we get to send 10 super chats, whoever taps the most is going to get one hour free with me one-on-one, and I can go into as deep a dive as you want on market cipher or any other trading strategies you want to look at one-on-one, and we can do it in real time. So we'll do it via Zoom. So that's that stuff. But really, yeah, momentum is what I look at to determine first what direction, and then I go up here to determine price targets. Now I want to say that being in the profit circle is realistic. And the one thing that Blueberry made, so this is what Blueberry said. Blueberry is one of the top wave makers in the group, and Maria had asked about one of the days of the week. She's like, "You guys see any opportunities for today?" I'm not really seeing much. And I was like, yeah, today is looking kind of chopped sideways. We already caught the move in the morning. It was already a little bit late. I was like, I already closed out my shorts. I closed out my wins. And Blueberry's like, you know what? It's like fishing. And I was like, this is a great analogy. Trading is like fishing, because sometimes you catch a little one and you got to throw it back. Sometimes, you lose the bait on the hook, or the hook gets stuck. You lose that, and sometimes you catch the big one. And overall, you want to catch more big ones than you losses. So there's another way of saying it. It goes small wins, small losses, small wins, small losses. Boom, big win, boom, back, small wins, small losses. So the thing about it is, I'd rather be rich than right. You don't have to guess what direction. Sure, we want to guess. We want to know what direction is going in, but you only got a 50-50 chance of being right or wrong. It's going to go up or it's going to go down, right? So the main thing is bankroll management. When do I cut my losses? When if something's going against me, when do I get the hell out? That to me is the way you trade, and you live to fight another day. And trends move markets, and it's like the trend is your friend till the end. This came all the way down, right? And I called this out, this trading range. So the white lines are my support and resistance, and bam, this resistance is holding up beautifully, and so did this. This support's holding up. This resistance, bounced off it perfectly. And I call this out in real time during the week. This is Tuesday. This is Monday. Monday, Bitcoin was going up, but the stock market was going down. And I was like, this is fake. You know what I'm saying? I said, that's not going to last. I said, look, I bet you it changes by tomorrow. And sure enough, it tried to get one more push at the open right here at 6 a.m. And boom, we've been down ever since. But as soon as it hit this, bounced off of this. So, we're in this trading range right now. I would say here, you can draw a box if you guys like visual stuff here. This is the trading range here between these two white lines. And, until something breaks out of there, this is what you zoom in and you scalp, or you wait till a range emerges. And, that's just being realistic. And I think that's right now you kind of got to catch some smaller fish. You can always zoom in. You can always go bigger in position size. That's where something like Breakout Prop comes in. If you don't have a lot of money, for anybody just join, Breakout Prop is where you can get funded $100,000 it's now up to $200,000. So you don't have to have $200,000 of your own money to trade with the $200,000 bankroll. This was a $100,000 account. I'm up to 122. But basically, for $999, you can buy a $100,000 account. What you're doing is you're buying the evaluation, I should say. But remember, you get a discount if you use my code GGRF7W that you see up here in the top corner. That's why I have that up there. I'm a partner with them. So you get a discount and I get a little commission. But basically, what happens is if you pass the evaluation, you got to make $10,000 before you lose $6,000 or whatever the new drawdown rule is. Again, I'm gonna make a video on this, but basically what happens is then they fund you $100,000. You got real money, and every profit, anytime you make a profit, you close it out. You just have to have no open trades. You can close it out and request to withdraw right then and there. No, they don't play no games. And I've been using them for over a year now, almost 2 years now. And I've never seen them do anything like scammy or anything like that. Whereas a lot of prop firms are not, you can't really trust them. They'll change the rules on you and do all kinds of stuff. Now, is Breakout Prop flawless? No, they're not flawless. And I want to be transparent here because I'm always keeping it real with y'all. Listen, the one thing about me is this. I would like to help you guys make money, but my passion is to keep you from getting wrecked. So if you follow Cassius Cuvée and you listen to what I'm saying, my whole goal is to make sure you don't get wrecked. Because in crypto, you can fuck around and get wrecked. So I'm going to always tell you the whole truth. Now, with Breakout Prop, they did have a technical difficulties for a few hours. It was on the week. I think it was on Saturday. And one of the days I got notifications and someone left a comment on one of my videos or something like that on Facebook, I think it was. And by the way, follow my Facebook group. I have I'm not Facebook group, it's my Facebook business account. It's called Cassius Cuvée Trading. If you have a Facebook account, just hit that follow on there. Any of the admins in the chat, if you can get that Facebook link up there, the Cassius Cuvée Trading, Blockchain Cowboy, maybe you can get that for me. Then people can follow that from their Facebook account. Because I'm posting more content on there. And what I'm going to start doing also is I do the live streams, and I never really did a good job of clipping some of the better things. I'm going to hire a guy, maybe help me get some clips of when I say the good nuggets, and we can make more shorts. Post them on Facebook and Instagram, and also YouTube Shorts. So anyways, if you, what was I talking about? Basically, get a Breakout Prop account, and you don't have to trade with your own money. Now, the downside risk, I was talking about keeping it real with you. The downside risk is only what you paid for the evaluation. So you don't actually lose anything. Thanks, Blockchain Cowboy put the link into the link to my Facebook account to follow that. Basically, what happens is you already spent the money for the evaluation. Now, to me, this is really big for a trader because when you're trading, risk is everything. I need to know what is my downside risk. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much money can I lose? Well, even though I've got a $100,000 account, I cannot lose more than the $9.99 that I paid for the evaluation. So that's already like psychologically setting me free. You know what I'm saying? I can go negative $1,000, $2,000, up to $5,000, up to $5,999. And that's not my money. You know what I'm saying? So I can trade with my strategy without thinking like, oh my God, I just lost $5,000 because the evaluation is already paid for up front. So if you lose and you get breached, you don't lose anything extra. You only lose what you paid for the evaluation. And that's why I like this right here. So anybody got a ticker for me to trade, just send me that super chat. We're going to do it. I'm in Cosmos Atom right now. I'm shorting it. We're up $88, right? We caught that big move down. Let's take a look at it on Trading View here real quick, just because I want to see if. Oh, I know what I was talking about. There was a glitch or something was going wrong with Breakout Prop for like 3 or 4 hours. I think it was yesterday or the day before. And basically, I follow the Discord, obviously, and they just gave an announcement that it was fixed. So it took like a few hours. It happened when I was asleep. So I woke up, I saw it, I posted it in the general chat of my Discord just to keep everybody caught up. Because I think, Maria, somebody asked a question in there while I was asleep. And then I think they removed it because they saw that it was already fixed in a few hours. So they're not infallible. Breakout Prop's not perfect. But this is why you usually do want to trade a stop loss, which I don't have on here right now. So let me put a stop loss on here real quick. So the way you do a stop loss is you double click this. Opens up stop loss here. If I could just click right now, it just shows $20. I'm in the green, so I'm not really tripping. So put the line right here. So I could just grab it and move it. Like if I want to move this into profit, if I move it to just above break even, like it's guaranteed that I'm not going to lose the trade now, right? So this trade is a guaranteed winner, no matter what, because I move my stop loss. It shows up down here now. No, let's see, orders. Right here. Sorry, stop loss right here. Move this out the way. It shows here at 2.591. If I expand this, you'll be able to see it. So here's the stop loss. 2.592 was where I entered. So basically my stop loss is at break even right now. So if it comes down, I see Kristen somebody followed me on the Facebook. Kristen followed me on the Facebook, so appreciate that. Also, I see some more folks in here. I'm getting messages on my phone down here. Appreciate y'all for joining the video today. Joining the live stream today. Make sure you like the video too. Share with anybody, post the link, anything like that. Here, listen, guys, crypto is really hard for me to promote because they shadow ban everything because unfortunately scammers took over it. And so the real ones like me who ain't scammers, it's harder for me to get some traction because I'm not selling you guys, this is how you make $1 million by tomorrow. I'm being realistic with you. So I need y'all to help me out by reposting the link to the video. I know Blockchain Cowboy does it a lot. I appreciate you, man. And by the way, if you retweet me or say something to me on Twitter, I'm going to retweet you. You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? It goes both ways. I'm not one of the people who's just going to pretend like you don't exist if you say something to me on social media. You feel me? So, I'm definitely going to respond as soon as I see it. So, anyways, definitely spread the word. I appreciate that. So, basically, I moved this trade. It's break even. Guaranteed I can't lose. If I wanted to, If I wanted to, I could make it even lower, so I guaranteed win a little bit of money, right? Let's see what that would be. Let's see. Right, if I put it right here, it's like if it came back to this, it would get stopped out, but I would guaranteed win. I wouldn't lose the trade. I move it up a little bit, let's say. So I'll leave it here. So this trade is a winner. It's a guaranteed winner. And even if breakout prop does have some sort of technical difficulties or whatever, like and the price goes against me when I can't touch the screen, I've never seen their technical difficulties not honor a stop loss. You see what I'm saying? So it's wise to enter the stop loss right after you enter the trade. Okay, let's go to the chat real quick. Let's see. Okay, I like, subscribe, but do me a favor and dump on me. We can help each other. What do you mean dump on you? All right, let's see. I think he's talking about sell Bitcoin here. Sell Bitcoin. Listen, the markets are dumping right now. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm generally bearish right now. I called out so in the profit circle, let me show you guys something real quick. So breakout prop on the 2-day chart, we have a red dot down here. Okay, a lot of lines here. Ignore those lines. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you don't see all those lines. These lines are different support and resistance. I like to keep my chart, looks messy to you, but those are all reminders to me of the last time we were at certain price levels. And a lot of times price will hit those levels again, even from a long time ago. That's why I keep the chart with all those lines on it. And sometimes people ask me, what is that line? So for me, support resistance is the white line. I will also keep these orange lines, which is usually where I entered the trade, because just a reminder, I traded this ticker before, and this was a level I got in or out of. So the chart may look a little messy to you, but don't worry about it. We're going to zoom in and focus on this right here. So this is a red dot on Market Cipher B. Now, Market Cipher B this is CryptoFace's company, Market Cipher, but this is the momentum wave that's showing that the momentum started to the downside. Now, the 2-day is a pretty big time frame. It takes a lot for that to print, meaning you had to have a lot of downward momentum. So every candle is 2 days. So 2, 4, 6 days of red is what we've seen, and that was enough to finally turn this momentum to the downside, meaning no more up and down. That's a relatively big time frame. Now, it has not, quote, printed yet. It's printing. It still has a day and 4 hours before it actually prints. It's a long time. Monday could come. We could be bullish tomorrow, and this dot could actually disappear. But the point is, upward momentum. It tried to push. And it's coming back down again. This is a high time frame. I do not trade just off of the 2-day or even off of the 1-day. We do short-term trading. We're trading every day. But basically, it's showing me that, okay, the upward momentum has stopped. Now, that's obvious, right? I don't necessarily need a dot to tell me that. But the more dots you have in your favor, generally speaking, the better, right? So the way it works is this price is coming down. You see the waves coming down. This is the 1-day now. Just like I told everybody in the group in real time, it was going to bounce off this here. Now we look at the 8-hour. We start zooming in. Actually, let me go. So daily, look at the waves. I want you to watch these waves. This is why I love Market Cipher B here, these momentum waves. You can see how they roll up into one another. So here's the 2-day wave. There's the 1-day wave, 12-hour wave. You see how it starts rolling? 8-hour wave. Right now, this one already came down, started coming back up again. Now it's flat. Got the 6-hour wave. It's the weekend, so we didn't get much price action. 4-hour wave. You start seeing how these little things are occurring within this. Like this was the daily wave. You don't really see a whole lot. But then when you zoom into the 4-hour wave, you see everything that happened within the daily wave. And so we're trading. I like to trade, short term. I'm looking at these little dots and stuff that's happening here. Now, again, on the weekend when Bitcoin's going flat, it already came down here. I'm not usually trading Bitcoin. That's where these other coins come in. And I'm seeing what's been relatively weak or what's been relatively strong. I call it out in the profit circle. So if you have a bullish or bearish bias, but you're not sure what ticker to trade, I got a list of tickers for you in there. You just go take a look and see. And I'm not saying you buy it or sell it just because you see it there, but you get an idea to pull it up on your chart. And again, we'll call it out or just ask. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, what do you guys think about this ticker? And see who responds. If I'm not even in there, someone else might call it out. They might say, I'm trading that ticker too or not. So yeah, Adam's coming down. Render, it's still strong, still holding up, but it's not going up anymore. Dusk, this is the one that I got into it here. I'm shorting, but also Blueberry's calling this one out. STX was one of my original shorts here when I started shorting this weekend. Wasn't showing me that much strength. Moondag, always weak. I love shorting this. I don't like jumping in Moondag unless I see the squeeze. I was hoping we'd get one of those. That's why I have this alert set here. So those are the ones I'm kind of looking at right now. Let me go down the list real quick. Oh, when I was a kid, let me tell you a quick story. When I was a kid, we used to do a lot of fishing, okay? And this kind of reminds me of Blueberry's analogy with fishing for trading. And we would go down there, it'd be me, my godbrother Larry, my brother Casey, and my dad, and we would have a pole. We'd have a what do you call it when you put in the money in the pool, the pool, right? So basically, everybody puts some money and you put $1 in, right? And it would work out for it to be whoever caught the first fish, they won some money. Whoever caught the most fish, they won some money. Whoever caught the biggest fish, then they won some money. It was like split up into thirds. And so basically, that's kind of how it is. I'm going to be doing the profit circle here in the group chat here, right? Whoever does the first super chat is going to get a prize. And then whoever does the most super chats is also going to get a prize. Okay, so just to keep that fishing analogy, that's how we're going to keep doing things here. So if you guys give me any super chats, then I'm going to trade real time right now, whatever ticker you want. But you only got to the end of the hour because that's when the show ends. So let's see what else we're looking at here. Yeah, but in general too, more. So here's the other thing too. Yeah. The more people we get in the profit circle, then I can go to my partners, Breakout, Prop, and Fimex, and ask them to sponsor giveaways. So definitely start recruiting people because, the more people we get in the group, the more likely they'll sponsor a giveaway, and then someone in the group can win, usually the cash prizes or USDT or a free evaluation or something like that. So it's something, significantly valuable, especially if I can get a sponsorship for it. So definitely try to help people get into the group. Appreciate that one. So like Kristen is saying, I don't know what ticker. Oh, Kristen is the winner. All right, the first super chat, she says, I don't know what ticker to pick, but let's get these super chats going. All right. She's going to win first and most at this rate. Okay, so let's see. All right, Kristen, if you don't know what ticker to pick, I'll pick one for you. Let's see here. Anyone else have any suggestions to help Kristen out? Let's see here. Let's see if anybody got some suggestions here. All right. This is what we're going to do, Kristen. Since nobody's talking right now, this has inspired me to play one of my old music videos that I don't know if you guys have seen it. I haven't played it in a while because Ben Armstrong is on the hook. But while y'all think about which ticker you want to play, I'm going to play my old music video, No Discussion. Now, this is actually the first AI music video I ever made, and it's a message to the trolls out there. If you guys get anybody talking shit to you online, you just ignore their asses and send them this video right here. This is called No Discussion. My first AI music video ever.
Save this. So the next time some hater talking shit online, look at this song. It's the only response you gotta send them. No discussion.
Here at Rare Evo, you should come and see about it. Some talk about it, we really be about it. You can keep your 2 cents about Bitcoin. Wait for it to pump to 10x, maybe then join. They can watch it, but the haters can't stop it. Me mugging like a meme who forgot to take profits online. No names, I don't like those lames. Cause in person they be like,
those some nice gold chains.
It's an ice cold game, but I'm in sunny Colorado. About to dip on Cardano like I'm about to hit the lotto. Feeling like I gotta win. Lots of reasons that I'm logging in. I seen Hoskinson walking in, I gotta talk to him. Y'all real know this ain't X Spaces where the haters say what they wouldn't say in our faces. In reality, they wouldn't even try to do nothing. There's a reason Ben got the low IQ button. No discussion. If you ain't talking about nothing, you ain't talking about nothing.
You are a low IQ.
No discussion. If you ain't talking about nothing, you ain't talking about nothing.
You are a low IQ.
No discussion. If you ain't talking about nothing, you ain't talking about nothing.
You are a low IQ.
No discussion. If you ain't talking about nothing, you ain't talking about nothing.
You are a low IQ.
No discussion. Unless it's something that I'm about to get. Me and my whole crew, always on that alpha shit. I'm from the town, but a bunch from the east side. A real boss baddie like the Dutch is a DeFi. We got AJ and DZ in this bitch. If you watch around the blockchain, you'll see we getting rich. I got 6 Anonymous with me. We ain't gotta chase dimes. Loudmouth hit me. 5 baddies on his FaceTime. Look, but they ain't even checking for the replays. These days, girls checking for the C phrase. But at least they not a toothless doofus who will call you ruthless without saying what the proof is. The truth is, you're less than a nuisance. And if the shoe fits, then I'm talking to you, bitch. You wouldn't do shit in real life drama. Flip the beef and turn the shrimp like a chef at Benihana. No discussion. If you ain't talking about nothing, you ain't talking about nothing.
You are low IQ.
No discussion. If you ain't talking about nothing, you ain't talking about nothing.
You are low IQ.
No discussion. If you ain't talking about nothing, you ain't talking about nothing.
You are low IQ.
No discussion. If you ain't talking about nothing, you ain't talking about nothing.
You are low IQ.
No discussion.
I bet the trolls can't repost this. 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 You are as low IQ as there can be.
It's to come up with your boy Cassius Cuvée. You know what I'm saying? We always got to have a little musical appearance on there. Every time, your boy is a recording artist, has been doing music for a long time, even longer than trading. So I always got to do something. So we back here. Blockchain Cowboy spoke up. Appreciate the love out there, Kristen, with the big super chat. So it's her choice. So virtual is something that Blockchain Cowboy suggested that we look at. Blockchain Cowboy is a solid wave maker, always supporting your boy. Also, too, he's in the lead right now. We're doing a contest. Whoever retweets me the most or reposts my social media, it doesn't have to be Twitter, the most, then they're going to get a prize, it's going to be a free month in the premium channel. But also, what we're going to do is, if you already have one, I'm going to have to come up with another prize for you, Blockchain Cowboy. So, hey, the month's not over yet. We got a lot more time, a lot more stuff to repost. But again, we got to help spread the word here because these algorithms ain't helping me out. You feel me? So here we go. Okay, final curse. Okay, what do you think about Bitcoin market right now? That's what we're doing this whole show is Bitcoin market, man. But anyways, we got a question about virtual first. So here we go. Virtual right here. So I see why you're saying this, Blockchain Cowboys. This is the 1 hour chart. So you know what I like to do when I haven't looked at a ticker in a little while? I want to compare it to where it was on October 10th. Okay, so let's look at the 8 hour. Now, October 10th, for those who've been in crypto, we know that is when the market did this crazy dump, this manipulation. You don't want to know if it's Binance, CZ, whoever the hell, but this was crazy. Everything tanked. And we were shorting in the profit circle, by the way. We made a lot of money on that day, actually. Came all the way down. And it just made hella money. So now I want to see, it's kind of like a standard candle. You know what a standard candle is? Anybody out there? It's like telling me, it's like, okay, this is like a starting point, and we measure from here to see what the ticker has done. Just so you know, standard candle is like an astrophysics thing. It's it's either a galaxy or a star in the sky that tells people how bright it is. It's already been pre-measured by the astrophysicists, and so they compare it to other stars or other objects in space, and they want to determine how far away it is. So this is like October 10th is like a good starting point. It's like a standard candle. And considering this is a candle, I think that's a great idea to start calling this a standard candle. So when I want to do TA on a ticker and see if it's been relatively strong or weak, I can look at it from starting on October 10th. And you can find it pretty easy on the chart. It's the only one that looks like this. Everything looks like this on October 10th. So what happened? Virtual first, it bounced like everything did, and then it went sideways, and then boom, took off. Now, this was a ticker that was real hot. It's an AI database or some crap. I don't know. It's an AI ticker. And, it got hot, got this head and shoulders, came all the way back down. And I think when I was trading it, one of these lines here, I took my profit at this teal line, and I just haven't really messed with it since, even though it would have been a nice one to hold. But it looks like it tried to catch some steam here recently at the new year, right? This is January 1st. So, yay! And I called this out that January 1st would be probably bullish, not guaranteed, but just the general sentiment is usually the first week of the year is you get a pump. And it happened for 2 sessions in crypto. But, it just slowed out, man. Crypto is just not strong right now. I don't know what to tell you. But the strong tickers got to play, or the ones that had been hyped as recently as over here in October, since the standard candle here on October 10th, a lot of them, those were the ones that kind of got hot for a second, right? Like it didn't do as much as this, but it did something. And basically, what I see here, Blockchain Cowboy, is that it just kind of ran out of buyers. You know what I'm saying? Like it just ran out. It got hot. Everyone who thought, hey, we're back, we're so back, kind of ran out of buyers. And even got a green dot here in the 8 hour in such a muted move. You know what I mean? We're 2 candles in. It's like, So I agree with you, Blockchain Cowboy. This is one that we might want to short. So let's take a look, see here, right? So let's see now on breakout prop. I keep it on the 1 minute chart. All right, so I can put it on the 5 minute chart. I can put it on a longer chart, but basically, I usually do my TA on TradingView, and then I'll have this on the 1 minute chart to show me exactly where to enter. And I think you called that out in the profit circle one time, Blockchain Cowboy. You're like, I forget, like zoom all the way in when you go to enter. I mean, that's my strategy. That's my approach. I like to zoom all the way in to see exactly. Like it would be nice. Like if I had done this earlier in the show, when price was up here, before we caught the little dumperooski, it wome nice to enter this there. But I see what you're saying here. Maybe we trade this one on Fimex. Maybe we throw a little money on Fimex. Let me pull up virtual on Fimex. Let's see. Fimex, I usually do a smaller position. I just approach it differently. And then I do breakout prop is more short term. And I think you might be onto something here for a longer term position. Blockchain Cowboy, where I can do a starter position here and maybe see about averaging down or something. Like this is the height right here of it on here, the little something here. So first of all, don't have it on cross. When you pull up a new ticker on here you haven't traded, cross is the default on Fimex. This is very important, you guys. And I called this out last week when I had my list of 10 things that can make you get rich in 2026 trading, and it was not buy and hold forever like they tried to sell you in 2025. It was about learning how to trade. But one of them was pay attention to the details. I spend time on all this little shit because it can save you from getting wrecked. Having it on cross means it's going to go after your whole entire bankroll. So if I put something in here, whatever, $100, it doesn't matter. It's going to say that my estimated liquidation price, it's like, I don't even know where it's going to say it, where it's going to say if I enter it. Basically, let me just open the short, right? If I just open a short, I just put in $100, not a lot of money, right? It's going to show virtual down here that it gets liquidated at $25. Yeah, that was $25. I couldn't even believe it. So $25. This is only at $1.05, right? Like it will never get liquid. I would hope it would never get liquidated. In crypto, you never know, something can go to the moon. But that's because cross is on my whole entire, I got like $2,200 in here, right? So, or 2,200 available, right? I got other trades open. But so basically, I got to turn on isolation and watch what changes. You turn on isolation. Now, you see it says margin mode switched. Now, down here, virtual, the estimated liquidation is 1.1. Huge freaking difference, right? It's the only reason people trade on cross is because they only trade one ticker and they're like good at like balancing but they're using their whole bankroll and that's okay with them. It's not all their money. It's just all their money on that one trading account. So I like to always put on isolation. I really don't see any downside to doing that. It makes it so that your margin is only on that one ticker instead of your whole bankroll. So now that it's 10x leverage, it shows the liquidation price here. So I can go lower than 10x leverage, you know what I'm saying? I can go up to 50x leverage. Let's say we put it on 5x leverage, whatever, right? Basically, and so now this would be a ticker, Blockchain Cowboy, that I might even consider, right? I entered this one. I would probably average down. I would try to catch a scam wick up somewhere like here or here. Let me look at it on TradingView real quick. And I would try to cross-screwed me. So Blockchain Cowboy in the comments says screwed him a couple of times. He didn't realize it was on. Yeah, always do isolation. There's no downside to isolation. I don't really know why I don't know why the default is cross. I don't really know why that is. So anyways, we entered right here. So roughly, I'll fix the exact amount. I just use this. It's easier than that little widget. I'm actually prepared. Here's the thing. We're on a Sunday right now. Monday morning brings uncertainty, right? Because the market opens on Monday. First, the Asian markets, which will be this evening. And then, I think from everything I've been watching for the past, since the beginning of 2024, and even since longer than that, but very, very closely since early 2024, is that this cycle, crypto is following the stock market like directionally very closely. It may outperform, it may underperform, but if the stock market goes up, crypto can go up. If the stock market goes down, crypto is for sure going to go down. You only get a 1 or 2 day imbalance there, which is usually an opportunity if that happens, that little divergence. But my point is, right now, we don't know what stocks are doing because it's Sunday. So, let's say I enter this short right here. I get why it's looking kind of Wile E. Coyote-ish. This is actually a pretty big move down. If you use the ruler tool, you can see how big of a move down this would be if it came all the way back down to where it was. 34% is pretty damn big. Let's see how far it moved up, right? From the bottom of here to the top of here, it moved up. It moved up 74%. That's pretty big. If whoever bought down here, it almost doubled their money, right? So the thing is, it's looking like it ran out of buyers because the other days when there's volatility, it just couldn't get a big enough pump. So I see why Blockchain Cowboy is like, okay, this might be one ticker that we got to keep an eye out on, right? You say, yeah, so that'd be 60% on that 2x leverage. Yeah, exactly. So then you add leverage and then you're making even more money, right? So I enter this here because basically if it does break what we call resistance, support. If it breaks support, let me put on here we go. It will just like fall all the way down. So here's support, right? Support, it's pretty clear. It's like sitting right at support. Pretty much where I drew this line is like support. You could maybe make the case. You can make the case that support is right here. And this is one of the reasons why I like put on some background music. One of the reasons why I like Market Cipher A is because they have that these blue outline where it kind of shows like the high and the lows. You see this blue outline here? So the swing wick high, swing wick low and stuff. So about right here, you can see where price get bouncing off of here, here. These are what would look like a support line to me, right? This is probably a support range between here and this. So what I'm getting, what I'm betting on, excuse the phrase here because we're trading, not gambling, but like is that price might do one of these and then boom, if it breaks this line, it's got a long way to go down to fill this gap and come all the way down to here. We might take profit somewhere in this level in this next support line right here, which would be, I don't even need to draw it with the yellow. I could just draw it here appropriately, pretty much right like that. And again, I could just follow that blue line that was already on market for A. You could see, right, it bounced off of this, This is what you call an ascending triangle. And then boom, it broke out. And remember, Blockchain Cowboy, when you were asking me about pattern trading. So you guys, there's way too much stuff to go over in one day and 1 hour on here, but pattern trading is for people who like to draw on the charts and say like, it's like an ink blot test, Some of them are more real than others, in my opinion, okay? And again, this is an opinion thing, but this would be like an ascending triangle. This comes up, and then this is, and then, the way it works is once it finally hits, it breaks out. Like this was classic ascending triangle. I think that ascending and descending triangles happen to be one of the patterns that is more real than, say, something like a cup and handle. That is from my experience, from what I've seen. It's pretty much anecdotal because it's an ink blot test. However, this is definitely an example of it right here, right? So what's going to happen in the reverse? If things go bearish, if the market wide decides to dump, like virtual is not going to just go against the market forever. It will dump too, okay? A little bit nervous because it's been strong, but it's also been kind of flat. And you see these degens try to pump it. It's getting less and less and less. It's not getting that strength. It's even lower on the weekend than where Bitcoin is right now. Let's see where Bitcoin is real quick. See, Bitcoin is still above the weekend line here. So virtual is technically bearish this weekend relative to Bitcoin. That's how I'm looking at that, right? So that's why, I think this is a good call. And this is also why we have a group in the profit circle, because I didn't see this ticker, but I've traded in the past plenty of times, but Blockchain Cowboy called it out for me, right? So this is a winner. He's going to get some credit for that. So now what I'm looking for, something like this might happen, like realistically, and I'll leave this one on the screen here, right? Let's just say it might do one of these, retrace, and then boom, right? Something like that. And it would, in this case, I'd be betting on it to do one of, back down to about here. Didn't I just draw? I thought I just drew. I thought I had just drawn support right here. I guess I didn't. Oh, I remember I took off the thing here so I could draw it. Right here. Right there. That's what I'm looking at. Something like that. This is a support and resistance line. If it breaks this one, maybe it'll bounce right here, actually. Right? Maybe it'll bounce right here. Like if I was going to try to draw this a little more perfectly. Let's just see real quick. If I was going to try to draw this a little more perfectly, which is too hard. It's no way to draw it perfectly, although this year I've been getting some good ones. So if it comes like this, if it were to bounce, I would say it bounced off this one. And I'm off the screen. Oh, there you go. Something like that. You feel me? And then it would come down to here. That was the only thing I was trying to extend to, things don't ever come straight down like this, but that's basically the target. And then, for me personally, I'm watching these momentum waves in real time. I'm watching. So this is what the momentum wave would do. It would come on the 1 hour, right? It's just, they're different on every time frame, but the momentum wave would do one of these, and then one of these, something like that, right? It would mimic this. You don't know how much it would be, but it would somewhat mimic that. Maybe make it a little more tight, a little bit tighter. Like we're coming down now, it would eventually curl over again like this. And then it might go look like that on a 1 hour chart, right? And on an 8 hour chart, it'll look different again because it's an 8 hour chart. You see, you're not going to get as many. We have to remember I drew this on the 1 hour chart, but I'll leave it there, Blockchain Cowboy, and we'll track it in the profit circle. But this was a good one because as I look at this is setting up for basically a bearish continuation. We got the big deep red dot here. This is going to give us, if nothing too bullish happens tomorrow, this will give us a red dot here on the 8 hour. And to me, 8 hours is a pretty strong wave signal for when reversal is coming. It doesn't mean that this is exactly the top, or you got one more reversal. This would have been a good one to trade if I had been watching it back on this day here. And, you get the retracement here. I would have loved this entry here probably. And, this was kind of coming down. I would have probably been a little bit nervous that this wasn't breaking down. It was going flat, but it's the weekend. A lot of people don't even trade on the weekends, but we still watch it though. And, you get this one that gets over its skis, this candle. Now all of a sudden, momentum's coming back to the downside. And, if the floor breaks out on this resistance, boom, it'll be a big move down. So what if we're wrong, right? What if we're wrong, Blockchain Cowboy? What if all of a sudden the market is bullish? Well, we got a couple options. We either think it's just a head fake, in which case, perhaps I'm going to set an alert. I'm going to set an alert right here, Blockchain Cowboy. If we break out above this wick, like it's trying to hit, you can see this is a range here, you guys. You see just a couple wicks over. It's just clearly a range here. A little support and resistance in this, since Friday, or excuse me, since Thursday, or really for sure since Friday. If it breaks above that, well, things might get bullish. But again, I'm looking at the overall market also. I'm not just looking at this one ticker. But if the overall market breaks out and this breaks up here, this could be off to the races. It could be. But if we come in on Monday and we see one of those quick little tomorrow, head fakes up and then back down again, we're going to try to enter the short right there. And then we ride it all the way back down again. So I got an alert here to tell me and hit my phone to tell me to take a look and see what's going on with this ticker at that time. Right now we're in it just a little bit, just $100, you know what I'm saying, just to see a little starter position. But I see why what we call RR is risk versus reward. This is a long way down. So that's where this tool comes in, basically. So you would say, either I'm gonna, let's say we would put it like here. If I did want to average down, it might be on this one, but then if it breaks out to above this one, make it a little bit higher, it's there. And then I want this to come all the way down. My first take profit be like here. They're telling me that my risk to reward is 1.83. Maybe that's a little much, but it would be better than that if I did average down if it hit this line. It's because we're starting a little bit low here, and I could even make the case that it could go lower. I want to do at least a 2-to-1. Then right here, that's not that much different, right? So that's a 2-to-1 RR risk to reward ratio. And so basically, a 2-to-1 is not. Some people will only take 2.5 to 1 or bigger, but that's something. What I mean? Even if we did 2.5 to 1, let's see, 2.5 to 1 would be where? About right here. That's not inconceivable, right? Look, it hits right on this line right here, actually. It hits right here. Where this little wick, little support resistance on this last weekend, the previous weekend, I should say. So, that's not a terrible setup, Blockchain Cowboy. I think we could be early because I do think that Monday we might catch a little whoop whoop. But, maybe we don't. Maybe we don't catch one. We get a dump. NASDAQ got its little bump and it didn't break out. This is the NASDAQ. It did not break out. You know what I'm saying? It got rejected right here. Hardcore rejected. I mean, right to the dollar. You know what I'm saying? I'm barely actually a little bit below it even. It just couldn't get strong enough. And that's not a good sign for the market, for bulls at least. So, if to me, I'd rather be bearish because I feel like we got more room to go on the downside. If I'm wrong, we set a stop loss right. I'll put an alert right above here. If stocks start popping up this high, then I would get out of my crypto shorts probably and wait and see what happens. See if we make a new all-time high with stocks. And if we don't, well, it wouldn't be all-time high. This would be all-time high. But look, and we can zoom out. Look what I'm looking at. It's just not looking. I mean, stock market's the stock market, right? It's strong as hell. It's near all-time highs, but it ain't broke above all-time highs, which would be November 3rd. So, this is not, to me, if we don't break out and we reject, crypto is going to get bounced off of that resistance and come back down again. Anyways, that's how I'm looking at it right now. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I'm looking at right now in the overall market. And then you zoom in on your favorite tickers that you want to trade. That's what I'm looking at right now. This is what I want to say. One last thing. I kind of want to say this last week. In general, and you guys, this is the thing. I know this is a lot. This is not a beginner's course that we're doing here today, and I'm going to start doing webinars. I know I've been talking about, but I'm going to do it because I want to help people who are brand new to trading. But the way the market works is not something that I think even some experienced traders really know. And I need to make this clear to you right now. The reason why I keep talking about what this ticker is going to do versus the overall market, or this ticker is going to do versus Bitcoin, is because there's something in the algorithms, like the trading algorithms, the market makers. If you know what the market makers are, they're the ones who control the whole freaking market, okay? This shit is just a video game and we're playing inside of it. We're not really moving anything to these prices hella high and low, much more than what the market maker is setting the parameters through. They make the market, meaning they provide the liquidity on the exchanges, and then, between one exchange, it might be off a little bit, but then there's what's called an arbitrage between them. These are happening in milliseconds by a computer, okay? So essentially what happens is, if there's, all things being equal, is that when the general market goes up, meaning Bitcoin, stock, stuff, like everything kind of goes up a little bit, and then when everything comes down a little bit. But what ends up happening is then us little retail traders, or anybody who has, maybe they're not little, but they're still a retail trader, they inject some liquidity into some ticker that makes it pump higher than the average. Okay, like retail likes this one, and when you catch in a little ebb and flow that the market maker is automatically making it happen, then you get an extra oomph by the market on the way up. The same thing is similar on the way down. If the market's kind of coming down and then boom, those bearish tickers, they just got more people shorting them and pushing them down than the natural ebb and flow of the market in that ticker. And those are the anomalies that I'm looking for. I'm looking for the anomalies that say, okay, this ticker has always been bearish, But all of a sudden, right? So let me go back to like this one here. All of a sudden, well, this one's not all of a sudden. This one, this one has been bearish. It got over its skis here, but now it's been bearish. I mean, if you go way back, it's been real bearish. This has come way down, right? Gee, this has come hella far down. You know what I'm saying? This is nothing but bearish, right? But we're zooming all the way here. This is the daily chart. I'm zooming all the way into the hourly. As of late, because who cares about what happened a year ago? It just doesn't matter anymore. As of late, it became a little bit bullish here, but it seemed a little too bullish because this ticker ain't that popular. So now that it kind of came back down, it didn't get an extra pump. It's just been going sideways to down. It's been bearish. So it's like when everything goes down, I don't know if it's the shorts or who the hell it is, but they're pouncing on this one, and they're going to drive it down at a faster rate down than the rest of the market. And that's how it works. That's why I say go long strength and short weakness, because this is a ticker that will reward you for trading with the trend. And if its trend is generally speaking to the downside, since it got over skis here, you're going to catch a bigger move down, make more money down, especially if you're in like breakout prop, something like that. You're going to get the benefit of that bigger move down. And that's what we're looking for. You feel me? Oh, look, so what happened? So, okay. So live, this is a good time probably stop. So we caught a little, went up here, boom. I won the trade. I did win the trade here. Let's see what I won. Only 30. I won $40, but the net profit was $32.74. But whatever, I didn't lose. I literally had just jumped into this before the show even started. So I set my stop loss into take profit, and I guarantee to win. So you could do that, and then over time you bat singles, and before you know it, you pass your valuation. Before you know it, you're making $1,000 a day on breakout prop. It's not. You guys, too. By the way, just mathematically, let me break this down too. I'm not trying to sell you any dreams here, right? Because normally people are like, oh, you can make $100,000 shit, and that is true. But here's the thing. When I first got like my system down on breakout prop, the way I was making $1,000 a day is not because I was hitting big plays, back and forth. What I was doing is getting a $250 here, $350 here, another $300 here. You hit 3 or 4 of those a day, and all of a sudden you're at $1,200, $1,500. Some days it'd be $2,000 or $3,000. And what I'm doing is scalping in and out of some of these things based upon the market cipher momentum waves that I'm seeing over here, down here. And my strategy involves the 1 hour and the 10 minute. And so I'm looking for a trend on the 1 hour first. Like right now it'd be down because I see a red dot here, but I want to catch it like when it first happens. I don't like jumping in the middle. And now it's green. I would get out here and I'd take my profit. I'd wait for this next red one to come, which might come, and I'd enter a short again. And what happens is you start racking up those little wins, and before you know it, and this again too, I'm sitting here 6-8 hours. This is my job. You know what I'm saying? Like, but boom, by the end of the day, I'm not going to sleep with any trades open. I don't have to worry about anything. I can sleep well. I'm like, man, like every day I start seeing green in my P&L. Like it was like a consistent every single day, make 4 digits every day. Before you know it, what I'm saying? You at the end of the week, that shit's adding up, And so I kind of stopped trading as much like that because it's very, very time consuming. And as you guys can see, I like being on camera. I like teaching people, and I like showing people how to do stuff. So I started making content again. I didn't have that much content made in 2024. In fact, CryptoFace asked me to make breakout prop content, and then the election happened, and market's going crazy. It's like, I don't have time to make content. I'm trading. But I kind of said, okay, look, let me get back on my content game. I got some few wins under my belt. So I haven't even been hardcore doing my scalping strategy. But what I really want to do is get a $200,000 account with eval with breakout prop, and go ahead and give that a try with the bigger one, because I haven't gotten a chance to try the new ones yet. Those are new. So you can get $200,000 to trade with now on breakout prop, and I think it's only about $1,400. So again, that's why I'm trying to make a video for him, because that's good money right there. You know what I'm saying? For only $1,400, you get a couple $100,000. You know what I mean? Like, let me see if I can find it here real quick. I'm gonna pull it up on breakout prop here real quick. Let's see here. Where is start trading? Let me see here. Oh, here we go. Let me pull up this real quick. So this is okay. So classic. So elite. So you click over here at elite. So $200,000. Just to check this out. So on elite, you get $200,000. There's pro and there's turbo. Now the reason they say up to 90% profit share is because if you check a box at the beginning to pay an extra 10% up front, then you're going to get to keep an extra 10% on the back end. The way it works is when you cash out, they take 10% and you keep 90, or the default is they take 20. But if you check that box, they'll only take 10, and you can keep 90% of your winnings. And you can do this every day. So the difference, these are the two new products. And this is the $200,000 account. I'm not dealing with none of this lower shit. If I'm doing it, I'm going big. So now look, you look at the price of Turbo. It's only $11.99. I think they lowered it. So this one's $1,400, and this one's $11.99. So basically $1,400 and $1,200. So $11.99, $13.99. So what the rules are here is, first of all, your goal is this is less than 10%. This is, before, when it was the $100,000 account, on regular one, it's 10,000. So obviously that's 10%, right? You got to get 10%. But on Elite, its Turbo is only 9% for 100,000. So this is 9%, and this one is a little more. It's 12%. So I'm going to try. I think I'll try Turbo. Let's just see, and see if you can get to that 9% before you lose down here. Max drawdown before you lose 6,000. This one, I see Pro to give you a lot more wiggle room. The max drawdown is 10,000. So yeah, it's only 3% max drawdown, and this one is if it was 10,000, it'd be 5%. So, but the daily is only 3%, so you can't lose more than 3% in a day. But that's okay, because my strategy, I don't think I should lose 3% a day. I just don't. Not saying you can't, but I cut my losses quick is my strategy as soon as the momentum goes against me. So this is what I'm looking at. Again, I'm going to make a more detailed video that kind of shows people how to sign up for this. But for $200,000, you get $200,000 for $11.99. Plus, see on the screen here, use my discount code GGRF7W. You're going to save money on the evaluation at checkout, and use that every time. So the thing about Breakout Prop is they don't give any promotions. Like, they're not going to have a holiday sale or anything like that. The only way to get a discount is to use an affiliate code. So, I'm sure there's some other affiliates out there, but we all have the same discount. So, like, if you're watching me right now, your boy Cassius Cuvée, you might as well use my discount code, because I'm also going to support you in the Discord. If you guys are new to the show right now, the private Discord we talked about at the beginning, go ahead and join it. But in my private Discord, a lot of us trade in Breakout Prop, and you can come in here and see our setups, what we've been doing. There's a wins channel right here, which is going to show you this is just this week. This is just today. I mean, this is just the last couple of days, really. People winning here. I'm winning in there. Got a lot of winners in there. Breakout. Let's see what. Not to pocket watch, but he did post in the wins. He won $9,000 the other day, right? So what was that, Friday? This is Blueberry, and then I think he won that same amount of money or more on Thursday. 6,000 here. Look, FXG is showing how many trades he's doing, and he's been winning. Maria won payday. Everybody was winning shit that day. Everybody's winning that day. Yeah, this is just a few days ago. This is not like even, what was it, the 8th? 6th? That's not even that long ago. So we stay winning in the profit circle. So you can join this for free in the general chat. That's this. And then join the premium. All you got to do is create an account with my Fimex code, and then you're going to get free access to the premium. So, that's why I think you should rock with Cassius Cuvée as far as Breakout Prop, because we got a lot of people who trade in there and are going to support you on that. So that's where we are right now. I mean, the trade ended. It's cool. We won today. You got to love it whenever you win the trade. Come back to here. You got to love it whenever you win. You could say maybe I should not have set the stop loss there. I could have stayed and put in longer, but whatever. A win's a win. Guaranteed. It wasn't that much money. Only put in $5,000. But the other thing is, when you pick a ticker, you got to know how much to put on that ticker. So start small and then slowly get bigger. That's pretty much all I got for you guys today, man. I really wanted to show you how the market moves. Just overall, the market makers are moving it. And then when retail likes something, it pushes it higher. But then if retail falls out of favor, it'll come back and revert back to the mean. So that's what we're looking at with the Wile E. Coyote trade. If you guys just jumped in again, here's the Wile E. Coyote trade. You look for a ticker that's over its skis. It doesn't know it's supposed to fall yet. And then boom, all the way back down. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much all I got for you guys today. This is the Come Up with your boy Cassius Cuvée. Make sure you tap in with me every Sunday at noon. Every Sunday at noon right here on YouTube. I'm going to bring it to you live. We're going to have more and more contests and giveaways in the Profit Circle and in the chat here. So make sure you join. Ask questions and stay active. All set in the house, man. What's going on? We're wrapping it up. All set. But All Set is a wave maker as well. And you see, you got the blue wrench. He's one of the admins for the show, for the channel. And, every Sunday at noon, your boy is going to be here. But every 7 days a week, I'm in the Profit Circle. And everybody can vouch for that. I'm in here every day. That's in the Discord. And with all the other verified wave makers. So I want to, that was the other thing, too, in the general chat. This person right here, Jagomir. I'm not sure if Jagomir was in the, his name might be different on YouTube. I'm not sure if he was one of these guys here. But basically, he says he's inviting a couple people right here. He says they will sign up with the Fimex and join the Profit Circle today. So right on, man. So what I'm going to do is whoever gets the most people to join up in the profit circle by the end of the month, they're going to get a free prize as well. So we're going to be running it hard this year. I got some systemic things to set up so that way we can make it automated. So everything is, you guys everything will be transparent inside the Discord as well. So that's pretty much all I got for you guys today, man. It's your boy Cassius Cuvée. It's 1:10. We on here for an hour. We won a trade. We traded what Blockchain Cowboy wanted to do. We jumped in virtual. So Blockchain Cowboy, we will be following up on this in the profit circle. Look, we're green on it right now, so that's cool. Pull it up here. Technically, we're green on it right now. We got a good little setup here. You know what I'm saying? It's something that I can get behind. I'm not mad at this one. So thanks for that call out. That's what the wave makers do. We call out trades for each other. Let me lock it so it doesn't move. Hit lock right there. Boom. And again, I really want to help out brand new people. So what we're going to do is I've got to figure out a way to get these webinars rolling. So that way everybody who's brand new can just ask like super duper noob questions. I know when we do the live stream, I kind of working with the premise of, we've already been following the markets and, this is what I'm looking at right now and join the profit circle and we'll show you how to make some money. All of that's true. But if you're brand new and you really want to learn, first of all, let me know. Come in the general chat and say something. Look, I'm brand new here. Where should I start? I've got a brand new video of how you can get an account created in Fimex and set up and start trading in 10 minutes. I've got a lot of videos on my YouTube channel that are going to show you all sorts of stuff as far as trading strategies. Some of it's just walkthroughs. Some of it is really simple, just how to navigate the breakout prop trading terminal, right? Like this, for me, these are all questions I had when I was brand new. Like how do you do this? Or where do you, how do you set a stop loss? All that shit. Once you learn it, you learn it. A lot of the videos are real short. But like I had to go to customer support to ask them where certain features were. I'll show the breakout prop videos all kind of look like this with the yellow writing. You see some of these breakout prop basics, these ones right here. And then there's playlists. So I've got the playlist that I'm going to show you. This is my music playlist and stuff on here too. But go to the playlist on the channel and you'll see, the breakout prop video playlist. And here's one right here, the 3 keys to learn if you want to pass evaluation. So I kind of want to make a new version of this, 4 months old. I'm going to make a new version of this. You're going to see some music videos on here, Crashing Waves, the most real crypto song ever made, where I was talking about how meme coins killed alt season. So maybe we'll end the show with that one right there. You feel me? Last week we killed it. I used to do a weekly recap rap more regularly, but I had to get one starting out the new year right here. Matter of fact, what I'm saying? I think we're going to have to play this one. I think we're going to have to play this one again. To come up with. If you missed last week, this was the rap I did last week on the show, where I basically was just talking about join the profit circle because we some real ones in here, and just I always talk about my real life experiences and stuff like that on this too. So make sure you join the profit circle, just like the thumbnail says. We're gonna be there to support you. Come there, say hello in the general chat so we know you real, and it won't just be me, it'll be other folks. I got a bunch of cool wave makers in there. But yeah, I think Christian got the waves there going for me. I think we should play this one more time. If you missed last week, because this is one of my favorite raps that I ever done on the come up with your boy Cassius Cuvée. So we're gonna end the show right here with this one. This is when Get Your Swagger Right for 2026. You feel me? Let's go. So come up with your boy Cassius Cuvée. And it's a new year and the future's unclear, but you ain't gotta have no fear. Start by getting you a rich girl. Check it. I'm Cuvée every day, sipping on some burgundy, but sharp enough to navigate the edge of uncertainty. I rhyme quite perfectly, so nah, you can't work with me. Heartbreaker certainly, but only inadvertently. I don't really care if long hair or some big curls. In 26, I'm only fucking with the rich girls. Taller than the average height, I'm about to paint a graphic site. We got the appetite, going down like I crashed a flight. Uncooperative, but I'm the one that got you acting right. So passionate, the splashing lasting more than half the night. Keep it on the low. I ain't messing with the bragger type, but only fuck a rich girl. Your nickname is Swagger, right? I grin to make your body smell, the party well. Bathroom mirror looking hot as fuck, doggy style. Don't invest in Airbnbs, just rent it, cause we destroyed that mattress in the first 90 minutes. Not financial advice, but follow, like, and subscribe so you can get notified anytime I go live. The market's every day, so quit your 9 to the 5. I'm spitting game 7 days a week on how we can thrive, yeah. A real wave maker, stay spraying them, not just saying them. The trades we displaying them, cup overflowing. No, it really ain't no saying when, cause it's a come up with Cassius Cuvée and them. No group got traders like us, man. So do like the song say. And this is how we start in 2026 with the wave makers. And it's a come up. We're taking it to another level this year, man. It's your boy Cassius Cuvée. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Peace, y'all.